What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, there's a little bit of violence in this video. A little bit of violence, right? And before we even get started, if you women think this is a good idea, or if you want to be a little more kinkier, I'm going to say avoid it at all costs. It did not work. It did not do anything more to me. It did not turn me on anymore. It did not fill in the blank, right? It did not help. But I wanted to tell this story to give more of a lighter side to this channel, and to let you, just more about my life and things like that. So before we even get started, if you can, please subscribe right here below. And also below is my free 254-page ebook on male psychology, why they're not attracting, or why you're not attracting the right guys, why they won't commit, and so on and so forth, okay? So getting right into it, again, I don't recommend this. I do not recommend this at all, okay? At all. I don't even know what the fuck this chick was thinking. But this was back in 2000, I would say 2005, back in the day for me. And this is around the time, if you guys remember me talk about one of my exes, like this bad breakup, right? This is about 9 months after. It took me 7 months to get over, and this is about 8-9 months, okay? And during that time, I transitioned from one job to another. And at this job, I had a couple coworkers who were having a bad day. We'll call them Sarah and Frank, okay? Sarah was having a really bad day, and she's like, you know what, I need to get out. I lived back in Illinois. She's like, you know what, I need to get out. I just need to feel the vibe. I just need to dance. I don't know. She was feeling something, right? She's crazy. I just need to feel something. I need to do something. I need to get out, right? Let's go to St. Louis. Let's have some fun. And my friend Frank at the time was really into PUA, which, if you guys know what that is it's a pickup artist. Back in the day, the kind of male dating community exploded because of books like The Game and The Mystery Method. If you guys want to check those out and know what men are being taught, I highly recommend it. And he's like, hey, let's go pick up these girls, dude. Let's go pick up some girls. We're gonna go to St. Louis. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna do that. Let's pick up some girls. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah, let's do that. Why not? I'm a young man. I just got out of this shitty ass fucking relationship. Let's fucking do it. I've been reading up on this stuff too, because I was an idiot back in the day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get all these fucking chicks. They're gonna be all over me, fucking tearing my fucking clothes off. Let's see what happens, right? So we go to Sarah's house, and Sarah, was getting ready in the bathroom, and we go in her room away, and we see her friend there. And she says, oh yeah, my friend's going to come with us. And her friend was a very attractive woman. We'll call her Elizabeth. Elizabeth was very attractive and really down to earth, really nice, really sweet. From the very get-go, we were getting along with her. So the first thing we do is we go to a hookah bar. And I'm not much of a smoker. I was back then. Well, I think this was before I actually started smoking. And so we're at a hookah bar in St. Louis, and we're just, holding that shit. Some fucking weird ass, I don't know, juicy fruit. I don't know what the fucking names are, the shit we're smoking. They have some fucking weird ass, Rafiki names. And, we're just fucking huffing and puffing, holding this shit in, right? Well, Frank goes and gets a new one. And what's her name? My coworker, Sarah, she goes to the bathroom. And so I'm sitting there with Elizabeth, and her and I are just clicking. She's a beautiful woman. She's awesome as hell. And, things are just going great. I feel like I remember at the time I was sitting there, I'm like, I'm going to pull some game. I'm going to show her what I got, things like that. So I'm sitting there, I'm doing some like Kino escalation kind of shit, like escalating the touch and being very flirtatious, and she's reacting well. I'm like, oh, this is going great. So so they come back, we smoke a couple more, and then we're like, hey, let's go get some Four Locos. Now this is way back then. I don't know if you guys ever had Four Locos, but this is way back then before they were brought back because of all the shit in them. I don't remember what it was, but I think maybe it was too much alcohol, or the stuff that was mixed with made you go fucking nuts, right? And so my friend Frank was like, dude, let's just go back to my place. We'll drink these and we'll have a good time. So the four of us went back to his place, and we all sat in his king size bed, and we just watched movies. Again, we were having fun, just chugging these locos. And I don't remember what we were watching, a comedy, and we were just having a blast. It was actually a really good, really fun time. These are good people to hang out with. They're still my friends to this day. And well, not the girl, and you're gonna see why, right? I have trust issues because of this bitch. But so Frank and Elizabeth passed the hell out. Wait, hold on. Which one was Elizabeth? Was it Sarah? No, Frank and Sarah. Frank and Sarah passed out, right? My coworkers passed the hell out. And me and Elizabeth were sitting there, and we're holding hands. And I'm like, I start, leaning over, start kissing her and shit, giving her the goods, right? I think they're the goods. I don't know, whatever. But she's like, I don't know. I'm like, hey, let's go into the other room. Like, I didn't want to distract him, right? So we go into his living room. And it's pitch fucking black in there. I think his living room is the only living room I've ever seen that does not have a window. I don't know why, but it does not have a window. And we're on the couch, and I start making my moves, right? I start like pulling her in by the back of her shirt. I know. Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Story time out. I got a hole in this fucking shirt. Oh hell no! Anyway, that really pisses me off. This is expensive as fuck. Oh my god, man. Hey, anyway, she starts pulling. I start pulling her in, start kissing her. Come on, man. I start kissing her. Start kissing her down her neck, start kissing her lips, things like that, and we start getting hot and heavy. She starts pulling, pushing against me and things like that, and it just starts going crazy. She climbs on top of me, and we start making out. I start running my hands up her shirt. I want to get into detail. And anyway, one thing leads to another, and we end up having sex, right? And I'm on the bottom, and she's doing her thing, thrusting against me. Again, sorry for the details. And all of a sudden, I feel, I'm telling you, pitch black, out of nowhere, I feel a right against my face, right? Just a boom. I'm telling you, right straight. I have a big ass nose too, right? Straight on my nose is a I'm like, what the hell just happened? I thought something fell. So my first immediate reaction was I grabbed her and I pulled her in. I put my hand behind her head, and I told her, "Are you all right?" And she's like, yeah, let's just keep going. And I'm thinking, like, what? I'm like, okay. I'm like, what was that? She said, yeah, we'll just keep going. And now that I know what happened, I'm like, really? You're just going to say keep on going? But she's like, yeah, sure, let's keep going. So we keep going at it, and she starts talking a little dirty. And, one thing leads to another, and I feel another boom, right across my face. This time I felt it on my eye, and I used to box, right? I boxed for years, so I know what a punch feels like. And I felt the crevices of her fucking knuckles right in my eye, and I knew she punched me that time. And I stopped, and I'm like she was like thrusting me, and I was going back at her, and I stopped, and she kept going, and I'm like, did you just fucking punch me? And her response, now that I think about it, was funny. By the time it was like, oh hell no. And she was just like, yeah, take it, you little bitch. That's what she said. She said, yeah, take it, you little bitch. And I was like, fuck no. I threw her off. I got on top. I did my thing. And then of course we finished, climax. I turned on the fucking light, and I look in the mirror, and I'm just gushing. I'm gushing blood out of my nose, right? And I look on her, and she got some fucking blood on her face from me fucking on her neck and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm, this, I don't mean this to sound like kinky shit, but I'm thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I looked at her, like I remember looking at my nose, looking at my hand, and looking at her, and she just laughing about it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And it was just, yeah, and I thought this was going to be a great time and a great thing, because this is the first girl I got with after my ex. I was feeling the high from the, I got a little tobacco high. I was drunk from the buzz from the Four Loko. I was feeling really good. And then you feel like a right across your face, right? And I'm just like, what the hell just happened? So that, that's my story. I don't know if it's entertaining or not. I decided to tell it. It is what it is. I don't recommend you do this if you are trying to kink up your sex life. It does not work. I lost attraction for her after that. I was kind of like, what the fuck just happened? But with that being said, now I gotta go fix this. I'm not about this life right here. Hell no. But yeah, so there you guys go. Take care. Love you. Peace.